Let's see. So I know it seems a little cluttered, but as time goes on, we're going to get a little. We're not a little. We're going to get better with it. But let me make it a little bit smaller. So the cat is out of the bag. What time is it now? It's 10:52 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, September the 23rd. They're right now in my background showing the replay for Canelo versus Golovkin. Then it's going to be Linares versus Campbell. And basically, the news is that Danny Jacobs, yes, this Danny Jacobs right here who fought Gennady Golovkin. It was his last fight. Golovkin's last fight was against Canelo. Danny Jacobs has signed with HBO, a multi-fight deal with HBO. And he has signed with British promoter of Matchroom Boxing, the promoter of Kell Brook, Colin Smith. Why are the names escaping me right now? Anthony Joshua and more. Basically, he's the #1 British promoter right now. So we've been hearing about the last few years or so. I think they started talking about it back in 2013. Is that Eddie Hearn was thinking about making a splash in the American boxing market? Well, this is a splash. Now, here's the question, right? I've heard several months ago, after his performance against Golovkin, that he was in talks to sign with HBO. I didn't know anything about the Eddie Hearn thing, and when I talked to Danny Jacobs at Broner versus Garcia, asked him a quick question: "Yo, bro, where you back?" Because it was at that point in time July, and he had such big support for this performance he put on against Danny Jacobs. I was thinking to myself like, man, against Golovkin, like, yo, they gotta ride that momentum. Like even though he lost, he fought on HBO pay-per-view. Like you can't get no bigger than that. No matter what you think about HBO, you can't get no bigger than that. In a fight where he lost the fight, but he won like the event and became like a star. So I think it was the right decision. But the question is, he said he was going to be fighting October the 14th on Showtime. And they even had a Danny Jacobs Appreciation Day in the Barclays Center. And I was there, and he said he was going to be coming back October the 14th. That October the 14th card now on Showtime has Iris Landy Lara versus Terrell Goucher. And I talked to him. That's how you pronounce his name. I'll upload that video later. Jamel Charlo versus Erickson Lubin, and IBF champion Jarrett Swift Hurd versus Austin Trout. But Danny Jacobs was supposed to be on that card because he said he was going to be fighting October the 14th. And then it was talks that he was going to be on the Deontay Wilder Luis Ortiz card on November the 4th. So now it makes you wonder, as I'm sitting here watching HBO Live, now I wonder if he's going to be in the building. Eddie Hearn is here in the United States right now for Luke Campbell. And Eddie Hearn, as you can see, this was just today, major announcement coming tonight live on HBO Boxing. So I'd have to think that him and Danny Jacobs will be there, right? Well, tonight, after this video, it's likely going to be 2 videos after this one. It's going to be a live stream. We're going to go into more detail of this. And the biggest question everyone is asking right now is he with Al Haymon? Because I've read on the boxing scene, and I've read in numerous places now that he signed with Eddie Hearn, but normally Al Haymon fighters don't sign with a promoter. Now, if you don't know, if you're an Al Haymon fighter, like let's say, for example, if you're Danny Garcia, if you fight in the Barclays Center, you fight under DeBella Entertainment. If you fight over on the West Coast, you fight under TGB, and that's usually the same with a lot of Al Haymon fighters. For example, Danny Jacobs fought under what? K2 and DeBella? Was this just K2 for the Golovkin fight? I forgot. But then before that, when he fought, who was that he fought on Spike TV? He fought under King's Boxing Promotions. But then if he fights in the Barclays Center, it's under DeBella Entertainment. But if he fight on the West Coast, it's under TGB or whoever it is over there. So this, and that's usually the case with a lot of Al Haymon fighters. But Al Haymon has so many fighters. And now with PBC not having the free television network access that they used to have, or not as many dates, Al Haymon has a lot of fighters that, let's talk about it. They've been talking about, it's been heavily rumored that he has a lot of fighters who are not happy because of their inactivity, which is the reason why you see a lot of them fighting once a year. And also the money that he was paying his fighters is no longer there anymore. So maybe Danny Jacobs, this is just speculation. Maybe Danny Jacobs is one of those guys where Al Heyman said, "All right, listen, man, I can't get you the fights that you need and everything. So I know you probably got people in your ear. So you can go sign with anybody. If you want to stay with me, that's cool. But if you want to go sign with anybody, go work with HBO or whatever, that's cool. And I think it's the right thing to do. You've been hearing this from Kenny Porter and Sean Porter alluding to over the last several months about like certain frustrations about not being able to get fights and whatnot. Now, in no way, shape, or form, I have to let you know, like, and I'm going to keep saying it throughout the times I'm doing the videos and rebranding my videos and my brand and my channel and everything, is that I hold no allegiances to any boxer, manager, promoter, or anything. So, like I research things. So the things I talk about, you can go look up yourself. Like, unlike my competitors, a lot of my competitors at this level, I don't have a day job. This is my job. So therefore, my job is to make sure I give you quality content, but also the research. And also, I'm the type of guy, if you know me, we can chill, we can talk, and you can say, yo, teacher, you was wrong about this. You should go look this up. I'm not going to argue you down. I'm going to go say, oh, yeah, you was right. So looking at the situation now, it's looking like Danny Jacobs wants to chase that Canelo Golovkin winner. Now, the rematch is looking like it's going to happen, even though it just seems as though like they're talking that it's going to happen to the media. But I wouldn't be surprised if they say take an interim fight. I mean, let's keep this on topic. But when it comes to Danny Jacobs, he can get David Lemieux, with Cotto fighting, for that last fight. He has some options over on HBO, big money options actually over on HBO, if you really, really think about it. Even if it is just for 2, 3, maybe 4 fights. So when you look at the options that was over there on Showtime, like how many big money fights there were over there where guys would have to come over the Showtime and break their HBO, And the Golovkin rematch is possible, And maybe with HBO they can get Billy Joe Saunders. Maybe he has at least 3 or 4 options. If you look at a fighter who fights twice a year, that's a good amount of options. I'm actually happy for Danny Jacobs that he did this. And, you're going to get a lot of people that are going to be so upset. They're like, oh, why did he leave Haymon to go with HBO? HBO. And, it's like if you really look at it, this is a good deal for him. So it all depends on what was promised to him. And also, even if he wants to go that UK route, Eddie Hearn is very powerful and very smart. Not Billy Joe Saunders. Danny Jacobs can go over to the UK and have his own card over there. And the way the UK boxing fans is, I'm not putting American boxing fans down, but they're very passionate about it. They're like, oh, And what if he wants to test the waters at a 168 or something? Get up in that World Boxing Super Series winner, bracket. The options are there. So the Canelo Golovkin fight is just ending. The Linares fight going to come on. We're going to talk more about this fight. This situation later on in my live stream. We have a podcast coming. Also, a lot of things have changed in about a week or so. So we need help. We need people who are serious and passionate about the sport. We have the access. And if we don't have the access to some promoters or some events, we're getting there. We're getting closer and closer and closer. And that's what it's all about, right? Growth, to make sure that you're doing better than you were the week before, the month before, the year before. Please subscribe. We cover every single major fight live. And listen, we are here now. We've learned all we need to learn about boxing media and everything. We're here now. And we're going to start moving in silence. We've done enough talking. Please subscribe on the links to my social media right down below in the description box. Obviously, this is like a developing story and shit. So luckily I have this. Luckily, I'm recording this whole Linares Campbell card. And also, I'm able to do these type of things as far as show you clips and everything because it's news reporting. I'm not going to go into the legal details and everything, but I'm allowed to do this. So what we're going to do is, since I have this all on my DVR, we are going to see if there's going to be an official announcement by HBO with Eddie Hearn and Danny Jacobs, because Eddie Hearn is already there in the forum for this Linares Campbell card. So as you can see right here, where's it at? Right here? Right here? Yeah, this thing right here, says major announcement coming tonight on HBO. So he's there. So I'm wondering if Danny Jacobs is there with him. But what I've been noticing is no media members that's there, at least since I started this video, has been saying, oh, Danny Jacobs is here. So maybe they're really keeping it like a secret. But that would be crazy if like Danny Jacobs shows up on HBO and Eddie Hearn goes into a little bit of details of what he's going to do here in the States. Please subscribe. TstreeT Controversy. TstreeT Controversy Live.